Hi guys, so welcome to my new, as you'd say, problem solving session. So in this new series, I'll be discussing about a few past year competition and their questions. I'll be giving you their solutions. So in this series, I'll be talking about OMK. OMK is Olympiad Matematika Kebangsaan. It's a prestigious mathematical competition held in Malaysia every year with some 10,000 students participating, and the most elite students, well, they get a lot of benefits. So let me give you a walkthrough about their how should I say, format. So in this competition, there is a time limit of 2 hours and 30 minutes. And then you have two parts, bargain A. So part A, we have 6 questions in which you only need to write the answer. And bargain B is the part where you need to show your full working. Okay, so this is a, how should I say, walkthrough. And to comply with my app's time limits, I will only limit myself to talk about 3 questions from bargain A per video, or just 1 question from bargain B per video. Okay, so without further ado, let's just get into it. So now we are talking about OMK 2015 Bongsu. Okay. Soalan 1. Yeah, just read the English part lah, because the Malay part, I want to reach out to a further audience. Okay, so given a parallelogram ABCD, let M be the midpoint of AB. So we know that angle A is 70 degrees and angle AMD is 55 degrees. So what is BMC in degrees? So give me a moment. I'll be drawing the picture out and list out some geometrical facts. Okay, so I have written quite some stuff over here, so I'll be just quickly explaining what I have just written. So, okay, this one up here. So this means that the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So I believe most of you have learned this in school. Okay, and then the second fact is for any two parallel lines means they won't touch each other no matter how long you extend them. So the two, how should I say, opposite angles? No, these two opposite angles, they'll have a sum of 180, just as I have stated over here. And then how should I say, these two angles, I think you can see where my mouse is pointing. I don't know what the name is, I already forgot. These two angles, they will have the same magnitude. So maybe if this is 40, then the other one will also be 40, something like that. Okay, and then the last geometrical fact that we are going to use is that for any two in a triangle, if any two angles have the same magnitude, means their corresponding sides, they will also have the same length. Okay, so using these 3 facts, we are going to implement them inside this picture. So okay, we call the first fact. From there, we can find that the magnitude of AMD is 118 minus 70 minus 55. That will also be 55. Okay, so wow, 55 and 55. So what does that imply? That will imply that this one, AM and AD, are of the same length, although here it's not very well drawn. And then notice that AM and MB are of the same length because M is the midpoint of AB, so AM is also equal to MB, which in turn is also equal to BC because BC equals to AD. Okay, let me write it down here. BC equals to AD because it's a parallelogram. So what do we have? Okay, the second fact that we'll be using is for a parallelogram, these two opposite sides will have sum 180. So B angle B will have magnitude 110. And then the last one. So because this is an isosceles triangle, means that BM equals to BC. So they too would also have the same magnitude. Okay, so how should I find my BMC? BMC, give me a minute. BMC equals to 180, okay, minus 110 degrees divided by 2, because only two, how should I say, two angles are using it. equals to 35 degrees. Okay, voila. So our jawaban is 35, I don't know, degrees. So this is 35. Bravo. So now let's move on to the second question. Cari nilai bagi this whole stuff. So really complicated. Oh my god, right? Okay. So recall this fact. I don't know if you have learned before. So if you haven't, so I'll just write it down here. For two fractions, a over b plus c over d. So if we want to add them up and then b and d are not of the same value, we can just do this. Like, how should I say that? B multiplied by d, and then we can do something like a butterfly. I don't know why is it called a butterfly, but something like this. So it's AD plus BC. So there are a ton of videos out there on YouTube that explain this thing. I think you can go search it up. I won't elaborate it further. So we can use this fact to deal with these four fractions jumbled up into one mega fraction. So we just look at them one by one. So if this is a minus, then just change it to a minus. It's the same thing. Okay, so we look at the first one. 4 over 7 plus 6 over 5. So what we have here, we have our b times d is 35, right? And then our 4 times 5 is 20, our 6 times 7 is 42. So we have a 62 over 35. Okay, so for the others, I hope that you can try and do yourself first. So I'll just be writing their values beside them. So here they are, respectively 13 over 6. And for the down left corner one, that one would be 1 over 30. And for the southeast corner, that will be 2 over 35. Okay, so we have obtained their values. So we've simplified them by a little. So what we need to do is, okay, so we multiply them together first. Yeah. So 62 over 35. La 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 blah. Oh my god, what am I doing? 1 over 30. Then 1 over 35. So, okay, so I should write a multiple sign over here. Okay, note that when you multiply the numerator and denominator by 35, what would happen? We can easily eliminate two stuff. So this one and this one, they are usually out. And then if we multiply both by 6, okay, what do we have? So we have this one out, so this one will leave us with a 5. Notice that the 5 is like this, this is the version. So we still have what we have still. Okay, so it's 62 times times 13 times, wait, my god, okay, wait. So it's 2 times 1 over 5 is 2 over 5. Okay, so I think you can do a little bit of calculation. I think you can do this yourself. So this one, for this one, we'll just multiply the denominator and the numerator by 5. So this one cancels out. This one is 31. 31 times 13 times 5. It's a very beautiful number. Just coincidentally, the year in which the competition was held. So 2015. Okay, then here we have our third question. Wow, it's a long one. So for brothers working in a family business, they have a fixed salary each month. The first, second, and third brothers have the same salary. If the salary of the first brother is doubled, then the total monthly salary of the brothers increases by 15%. The salary of the fourth brother is doubled, then the total monthly salary of the brothers increases to 77,500 ringgit. So what is the monthly salary of the first brother in ringgit Malaysia? Yeah, you can imagine them as follows. Okay, so for the first, second, and third brother, you can imagine their salary to be X, so 3X. Then for the fourth brother, it will be Y, but you can say, because this whole thing I can I can consider it as 100%, right? So a, how should I say it? Okay, we'll just leave that for later. So we see the first statement. If the salary of the first brother is double, then increase by 15%. So this is 100%, right? Okay, and then so we have two. Okay, the first brother 2x, x, x, y. Then we have, okay, the sum of them would be 150%. Then we take this second one and we minus the first one, we get an x. So it's the salary of one brother from the first, second, and third. We would have 15%. Okay, so one of them would be 15%. Okay, so each has 15%. I won't write the percent because it's some little time consuming. So the last one will be 55%. Okay, so if the salary of the last brother is double, so it becomes maybe like 110%. So this whole thing become the sum of their salary but times 155%. Got it? And it is equal to 77500. Don't take out your calculator, just divide this. So if we want to find their original sum of their salary, so we just need to do 77500 divided by 155%. Okay, try to do this on your own. Just write the answer here. So this is 50k, 50,000. So if I want to find the salary of the first brother, so what I do here is I would multiply it by 15%. So I think this is, okay, some simple math you can do yourself too. So what we are getting is RM7500. Okay, because it is Bongsu, I think it's quite easy to understand stuff. Okay, so here are our 3 questions. Done. Voila. And so in the next video, I'll be discussing about soalan 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth. Okay, there's still so much to discuss, really. So I hope you guys have learned a thing or two here, and see you in the coming videos.